I'm doing this video to ask you, do you want me to go game by game? And I have all of them. I have all of the games. I just need to download them. Do you want me to go one by one and show you the difference between HDR10 and HLG? Because I'm getting a lot of questions. I thought this was gonna be like, hey, try HLG. Everyone was gonna try that and say, wow, it's just incredible. It's a no-brainer because you don't need to know how to set up the settings on HDR and you're gonna get a good result. And in my experience, most of the HDR10 games that I have, and I have all of them, I open them, I start messing around with the settings, it's a headache, I get detail lost in the dark, or I get clipping on the highlights, then I have to watch the video. It's a pain to get it working. And I find this HLG the perfect solution. But I have no bias. I'm not selling anything. I'm doing this for free. So if I see a game that has a better HDR implementation, and it's a better option than HLG, that's what I'm gonna use. I'm not going to hinder my gaming experience after spending like $4,000-$5,000 to get this gaming experience. I'm not using a worse option for myself. Not gonna happen. So absolutely HDR10 from the developer. If they do a good job, of course that has to be better. There's no question about that. The problem is when I try the HDR game from the developers, and I'm going to show one by one, what I want to know is how bad do you want this? Because if I get support, and the support has been incredible, I was not expecting this. So I was not taking this seriously. Like, okay, I'm just gonna show you the information, you can try it. But the support has been so big that I'm starting to think, maybe I should take this seriously and really show you undeniable evidence and show you side by side and show you a picture, and it's going to be like clear. I can go one by one. I can open Metro Exodus, that HDR10 that's on and off. I'm not gonna have to do a lot of I'm not going to have to show a lot of proof. It's so evident. Like, even talking about peak brightness, it is like 500 nits with HDR10 and like over 700 nits with HLG. It's so clear. So I'm going to have very easy comparisons that you're going to see HLG is superior to HDR10. It's clearly superior, no question about that. You go and see Red Dead Redemption. It looks washed out. I'm sorry. You over SDR, okay, on Red Dead Redemption. That's the developer's intent, because that was an SDR game to start with. Then you change to HDR, and the colors are washed out. Sorry, it looks bad, and I'm gonna show you that. So if you want, I can go one by one, and depending on the support, and like I said, I'm like overwhelmed. I'm trying to answer all the questions, but I'm getting a lot of questions. And the support keeps going up, and I love it. Thank you for that. So if you keep supporting me like that, this can become a job for me. So if this becomes a job, I'm gonna take it seriously, and I'm gonna get better equipment, and I'm going to get a better camera, and I'm going to do a better job, and I'm gonna start editing the videos. I will do it. If you give me the support, I will do it, and I will show you clearly what's the best option. So you let me know. I'm just asking the questions. If people tell me, hey, don't worry about it, we're just gonna try it, we try HDR10, we try the good settings, then we go do HLG. If it looks better, that's all it matters to me, brother. Don't even bother with it. That's what I thought. I thought I was gonna show this to everybody, and they were gonna go crazy and say, "Oh, this is so much better," because that's what I see. Okay, I didn't spend all this money to hinder my experience, my gaming experience. I want to have the best experience. And if I see a good HDR game, that's what I'm gonna use. But I think that the developers are not putting the work because most people don't have money to get this gaming experience. This is amazing. If you have an OLED TV, you are privileged. This is top of the line. So developers, they are designing and they are putting the effort for the majority because that's what makes more sense. They are not going to do, for example, an HDR10 master profile for your LG C1. That's not gonna happen ever. That would be ideal if the developer masters the game for the specific TV that you have, and then you open the game, you select your TV, and it's going to have all the settings perfect adjusted to your TV. That's never gonna happen. So for me, HLG HDR is going to work because I've seen it. I have 5,000 gigabytes of games right now ready to open. I have even more, but I need to download them. But all those games are ready. Like, it's double click, boom, I have the game. And I've been trying one by one, and HLG HDR is perfect shadow detail, no black rush, and I'm getting 700 and 800 nits highlights, and I don't see any defects with it. Sometimes it is not the best quality with dynamic tone mapping on and black frame insertion, and I know that, but I still love black frame insertion, so that's the way I'm gonna play. But I'm gonna show you the best quality also with this, which is dynamic tone mapping off. And like I said, I can go crazy with the comparison. You just let me know. If you give me the support, I'm gonna do it because I think this discovery can be revolutionary because it's a one-click fix all. I am sure most people using HDR10 are not using proper settings. So for games that do have good implementation of HDR, I am sure most people are getting a bad result because they are not tweaking the settings correctly, even if the game has a good HDR implementation, let alone those bad HDR implementations. And most people are using dynamic tone mapping on in most good HDR implementations, which is not most likely. There are some examples that dynamic tone mapping on is necessary because it's crappy HDR implementation, and I'm gonna show you that too. So let me know. I just want to know, how bad do you want me to do this? If you give me the support, I'm gonna go crazy with it. And yeah, I can do it. I just didn't know that was something that people were looking for, but I'm getting questions. Hey, what about this game? What about this? Do you think this is better? And I need to show you. So I will do it anyway. But if I see an overwhelming support like I am getting, I'm gonna go serious with it, and I'm gonna show you side-by-side footage, and I'm going to edit videos. So let me know.